Hi, my name is Caitlin Spinelli, and today I will be working with preschoolers, about 15 to 18 preschoolers, to be a little bit more exact. And we are going to be working on the skill of making connections with the text. This is a preschool standard. It's PKR9. And it speaks to making connections between self, text, and the world. So in order to do that, I thought I would start off my lesson by asking the students to come to the carpet and sit on their assigned seats. So we have a circle going on. And then I will pose the question to them. Okay, we have read a lot of great stories in this classroom together. Now, as we were reading any of those stories, did you stop and think to yourself, that sounds sort of like what happened to me, or someone else, or maybe in another story? So I might ask them something like that, and they usually get all excited and they want to share, and I will allow them to share for a couple minutes before we get started on the book that we're going to read. Before I get into that book, I will model the strategy, so I might read like a short passage. I found one about a teacher and her students, so I might read something from that and stop and think to myself, the main character in the story, or the person in the story, is a teacher, and I'm a teacher. I just made a connection. So modeling that strategy is something that is said in Breed Camp, and I think it's an excellent strategy for students to learn and to grow. So I will definitely utilize that in my lesson, and I may even have to help the students. I might have to co-construct some of their experiences with books and their connections. After I do that, after I model, I will introduce the story that we're going to be reading. The story I wanted to use is called The Kissing Hand. So this is a book that my mom actually introduced me to, and I thought it was perfect for making connections with those preschoolers because it speaks to a raccoon named Chester who is a little bit anxious about leaving home to go to school. So the way the mom decided to calm Chester down was by kissing the hand so that she's with him throughout the day. Now I'm thinking that the preschoolers will probably connect to that story, not wanting to leave home and feeling a little bit anxious about coming to school for the first time. So I think it'll be great. And I'll ask them, if you feel like you have a connection to the story, raise your hand all the way to the sky, and I'll let them share it out as we go along reading. At the end, we could have a discussion about what the book was about, or any connections that came up a little bit late, and then I will send them off to draw their personal connection or another connection they had, whether it's through another story, through the world, maybe they saw it on TV, or themselves. So they'll be able to be creative and draw a picture of their connection. During this time, as they're drawing, I could be walking around the room and working with students individually or in a group if they're sitting close enough together. This speaks to Breed Camp's feedback loop. So that's the back and forth communication between the teacher and the student. That is really helpful to development. And I typically let the students work around the room however they were comfortable, whether it was laying down on the carpet or sitting in a chair, sitting in the library, whatever they like, they were typically able to work there as long as they were working. Once I feel like the group is finishing up, I will call them back to the carpet so they can show off their drawings. And I'm hoping this will really introduce the topic well to them, because it's going to be constantly referred back to as they progress through school. And I think that's it. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.